What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the EU4 100 years early game, although we're now, as I've said many times, not 100 years early, so if you're just tuning in and that's a bit confusing, we started the game using the extended timeline mod in 1337, which that was one of the scenarios. I believe the 100 Years War between France and England had just begun, so that was a scenario. We just used that date and went from there, so about 108 years early, 107. We're now well over 200 years in, and we are continuing, and there was a peace deal there, but we will continue, see what happens. We had some big developments last episode. Galicia changed nations. What else have we got? What else happened? Something big happened. I think Jermian and Dulkadir growing into Persia was maybe 2 episodes ago, but that happened recently too. Castile is gone. The New World colonial race is sort of heating up a bit more, although Portugal's certainly in the driving seat. But I think France and England will have some fairly big colonies themselves. England just ate that one province left in Ireland as well. Aragon will probably... I think we'll see France, England, Aragon, maybe with 1 or 2 really big colonies each. And then Portugal is going to obviously have loads of different ones. Because I could see like Aragonese Brazil being huge, for example. Like just a huge one. And you might see Nouvelle Flanders sort of, maybe if they, because of where England is, it might move south and become like a US sort of thing. There is also French Florida here, which this is already, okay, they just gave that to New Flanders, so yeah, that might just become a huge French like USA. Although Florida is here, but again, Florida is stronger than Castile, I believe now, so they could probably get their independence soon, and I'm not sure what will actually happen. Some of these other ones, Castilian Colombia here is clearly being eaten, taken out. But yeah, just to note, this isn't England here, this is the Coweta Federation, which is some of the natives. But yeah, that's pretty cool, but it's the same colour, or it's the same colour as this red, but it is not England, so don't worry about that. That didn't just emerge out of nowhere. 2 Sicilies versus... oh, just Sardinia. I thought Aragon was going to take this. They did not. Okay, well that's great news for the Sicilies, I guess. There we go. Oh, Bavaria v Prussia. By the look... yep, and that's just by themselves. Yeah, they've won already. They're just sieging out. Prussia obviously has great troops, but they just don't have enough to handle this Bavaria. They're a bit too small, and this is going to make Bavaria probably stronger. I don't know what... there might be a war goal, it might be to do with religion, so it might not necessarily lead to anything being taken, but the war is... okay, that's a big one. We'll look at that one in a second. Japan's one's pretty... I would say big, but it's Japan, right? They're not... Chagatai's on the mainland and in the middle, and Japan's a coastal island. Maybe not so much. Where is this? I can't even see this one. Right. I think they pieced out in the background. Well, I don't see the Prussian flag. There we are. Yeah, it ended in the background. There you go. This one's still going on. But yeah, Prussia lost some stuff over here to Bavaria. And I think they also lost Königsberg, definitely, as well. Maybe another province on this side. Changed names a few times. I think it was Northern Germany at one point, then Eastern Germany or something. Now it's Western Europe for Bavaria. And yeah, what was this Byzantium war? That was the big one. Oh, okay, well that's going to be tough for our 2 nations in Turkey, I think. Yeah, Serbia and Byzantium are doing a good job already. And that's before the bigger one, the big Russia, comes in as well. Okay, Bavaria is looking very strong. I don't know if they'll ever connect this Western Europe part, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, that Chagatai Japan one, that's kind of big, but... oh, okay, they touch up here, but... yeah, not too much I would expect to come from that. Oh, Japan actually got some of this coast. I don't know when that happened, but... I guess that helps. But of course they did lose some of southern Japan, which is not so good. And yep, Sardinia was kicked out again, so that was a short-lived return as the two Sicilies get their stuff back. They also finally got their troops out of these two provinces where they were trapped, which is great news for them. Aquileia's got a good-sized army here. Hungary is at peace at the moment, which they'll enjoy this because all their neighbours have gone through some difficult times or are busy. This might be a big win for Byzantium. They attacked Angora. Who is that? Where? Okay. The map's very blobbed out. Is that these guys? Oh, it is. Okay. Well, I mean, it's the same effect. Germian is in the battle, but we'll see who that is. I was asked. Let me just check while we're here. I had a comment about a pink nation, but obviously it's in the past, so I'm gonna have to. They might not be around anymore. If not, I haven't responded to your comment. Here we go. What was that pink country in between Byzantium next to Epirus? Oh. Yeah, they must have disappeared now, so I'll check in the video that you commented that. But yeah, I thought that prompted me. Whoever it is must have died again, so I'll check the video, try and work it out. Don't worry. Bavaria, did you grow even more? They do seem a tiny bit bigger. Jeez. Hang on, there's an easy way to tell. How's their coalition looking? It's okay. I don't know if being the emperor helps, but no one's too bothered. Austria hates them. I saw that -200 opinion. It's not what you... Austria's in the worst place though. They are between Bavaria and Hungary, who are allied to each other. That's what sort of similar to the position that Castile was in before they died out. You don't want to be in that spot. Wait, did Shirvan join this war? No, I don't know. Well, they just declared one anyway, but there we go. They are growing. Ah, Chagatai. Well, any hope you had, any progress you've made will be undone. As Delhi, yep, those are multiple stacks over 100 as it's separated, but there we go. That's not going to be fun for you. Enjoy dealing with that. That will not be fun. Actually, Japan has been kicked out up here. They've been annexed, and there we go. Byzantium does peace out for Angora, and I believe they only had 4, so I think they took a little bit more off of Germian as well. Nothing crazy going on in the rest of Europe. Aragonese Mexico is growing. Oh, these guys turned blue. Oh, France is probably going to take might take out Florida, which would make Nouvelle Flandre even bigger. Newfoundland here. Oh, Scotland. That's not going so well. Oh, France might get everything off Castile, which would be a huge bonus for them. Oh my goodness, Portugal. They have the whole west coast, pretty much, apart from this tiny bit. That is ridiculous. There's so many. Gold Coast. Equatorial Africa, there's another one here. Is that Benin? Benin is the same colour, but they are... it's the same green. Is this another one? Equatorial Africa? No, this is all but one big one. Okay. Angola. South Africa. Okay, that stretches a long way. And then Cape of Good Hope is not connected, but I'm guessing they're doing all these provinces at once. Jesus. Okay, Portugal. They are definitely going to be... Yep, they're #1 in the world at the moment, although institution dependent, Delhi will overtake them again. But they must be catching. I mean, they're going to get the best part of 2.5. Well, they're definitely... I don't know, they're getting a lot of this continent for sure, and they're probably going to get a good portion. I'm less convinced they're going to get all of it, but certainly Rio de Prata here is quite big. Carabas hasn't really grown in a long time, interestingly enough. And France is definitely, I feel like they're going to get quite a bit out of this. So maybe not as good in North America for Portugal. England versus France. Who declared this? I feel like France attacked Castile. Oh, and did England? No, wait, this is separate. Wait, what? Did they peace out again as soon as I looked? Wait, no, they didn't. What? Why is England here? They're not in the war. Oh, there's a scroll. Okay, for some reason I thought it looked like it stopped here. There's a scroll down. Oh my goodness, this is huge. Okay, never mind. I think this includes England and France. The War of the Protestant League. If I click on England, it should show me everything. Oh my goodness. Okay then, France, Portugal, Aragon, Byzantium, Germian, some of the northeastern Italians, Croatia as well, Austria, Aquileia, some of the northern Germans up against Sweden, Bavaria, big chunks of the HRE, Hungary. Oh my god, Russia stayed out of it, the Mamluks stayed out of it, Ukraine stayed out of it, Dulkadir stayed out of it, okay. The Papal State is not involved. That is massive. I have no idea who's going to win that, but that is pretty big. Okay, well there you go. That might slow it down a little bit as well. Just yes, that's like every country in Europe going at it. It's going to slow down. There is actually a separate war between Sweden and Ukraine by the look of it. Oh, did you ally? Serbia. Independence guaranteed. Okay, well, there we go. That saves me some awkward commentating. Thank you, game. Well, I can't really zoom in on anything here, but we'll just keep an eye on, see if any of the bigger countries get sort of fully sieged down. I can see Milan has already been completely occupied by Aquileia, but it's a big war. There won't be much in the peace deal, because obviously there's just so much. There won't be much noticeable because they're all so big. But I guess some may get separate peace along the way. Actually, that might not even be possible, right? There might just be a winner and a loser in the Protestant League war. I don't know if anyone gets separate peaced. But either way, it's going to be an interesting one, for sure. I don't know who I would... I feel like France, Portugal, Aragon, that is very strong. But they don't really have anyone else apart from that. But then, it's only Hungary, England, Sweden, and Bavaria, who are really good on the other team. And I feel like France, Portugal, Aragon may be a bit stronger. And then you obviously have Byzantium and Germian, who are not themselves as strong as a France or anyone, but together they're pretty cool as well. So, yeah, I feel like green team might be in trouble, but who knows? Who knows? I don't know who's winning. We can check here. It says -9 for France's team. So there you go. So the red team is actually... obviously, it depends who I click on, who's red and green, but Team England is winning at the moment, which I'm guessing is Protestant, although I think France has also converted, so that's not... Yeah, France is actually fully Protestant, so I have no idea who was in which league, but never mind. Looks like Hungary is struggling, though. That is a surprise. They were pretty good early on. I think they are pretty isolated, though. They're fighting... They've probably got the most red, or most enemy borders. Everyone else has help. England's obviously protected on the island. Sweden's kind of got the crossing. Bavaria and Hungary going to have to do a lot of work here to keep the others out. France and Castile have not ended their war. Newfoundland has been sieged out as well. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't like me being over here. Or moving around too quickly. Russia is now in this. Oh, they're still in the war with Sweden, aren't they? Who declared this then? Did Russia attack Sweden? No. Sweden and Bavaria, War of Honor. I don't know what that exactly means, but against Ukraine, Russia defended them. That can't go well, and Serbia. So for Bavaria, this must look awful. Yes, that looks that looks even worse than the Protestant League War. This is going to be messy for so many countries. There is not many. I think the Papal State is the biggest one not involved in Europe. There's a few smaller ones in the HRE as well. Not in this, but yeah, it's mostly the Papal State and a lot of OPMs. Oh my goodness, this is a mess. Bavaria. Yeah, Bavaria could lose a lot because of Ukraine here, and Russia was here. Sweden's also in trouble because they can't even defend from this, and that means they're certainly going to lose the League War. So I guess France is still losing, but I feel like France will turn it around now. We saw how powerful France was when they beat Portugal and Aragon together. You can see the Sicilies being pushed back here by what looks like, I was going to say Milan, but they are not occupying that. Or maybe they are and it doesn't show me. Never mind, they're just moving. I think Aragon, though, is pushing them, and the Sicily's army is not even here, so it's not particularly useful. Byzantium, are you against Germian? No, you're on the team. Okay, well, they're going up against Hungary together. Enemies for so long. Now they're together. France is now also into Hungarian territory. This is... It's going to be too hard to track the peace deals. We'll just sort of see how things look when it's over, I guess. This is going to be messy. That's for sure. Just trying to focus on something that might be less messy. How's Southeast Asia looking? Major per hit still here. Not really growing too much. These blue nations grown a bit. Is Brunei not around anymore? Doesn't look like it. It does not like me moving around. Tang has now popped up. No one's in Oceania just yet. I thought that was the Mamluks, but no one's come down here yet. So the natives still keeping most of it. It's good to see. Who is this? Oh no, Tavata Kabuna. Cool. Is there someone in Hawaii? Oh yeah, Hawaii's there. Is that Japan? That can't be Japan, right? Is it? No. Kauai. I feel like the Pacific is much harder to sail across than the Atlantic. I don't know, maybe. I feel like the Atlantic, you sort of go up. You could follow the coast, like, you know, if it wasn't too cold. Well, it would be cold, but, you know, I'm sure they had coats. But you know what I mean, like, they could follow the land, and there's kind of a path, right? Obviously, you could get lost. This is huge. This isn't like it's an inch on my monitor, but in reality, it's hundreds of miles. But there is kind of a pathway to come around to Canada. Or if you just went this way, I guess, as well, you could follow the chains of islands. The Pacific is a lot bigger. And a lot, you know, even though there is islands, there's so many that you might just keep going around in circles. So that makes sense. And obviously there's, I guess, the technology advantage. Probably stopping anyone sailing around. Although you say that, you could go... I guess you could go up here and follow this into Alaska. That doesn't seem impossible. Maybe that might even be easier. I mean, this is certainly boatable, right? You could do that on a boat. I feel like they have boats. I know the game won't let them go in like the deep ocean for the game reasons, but in real life, I mean, it might be possible if you followed it. It actually seems less plausible now. Now I'm questioning everything right now. There we go. You just fall down the well of conspiracy there. But maybe it should have been easier for Asian countries to get to the west coast than it was for Europeans to get to the east coast. Anyway, the main countries I'm worried for right now is Hungary. I mean, they're taking the brunt of this, I can tell. I feel like a lot of the countries didn't like them. So maybe that doesn't play into the AI. Whether that plays in to being chosen. I see Russia and Ukraine also taking big chunks there out of Bavarian territory at the moment. We'll see what that peace deal looks like. I don't know what a war of honor is. I've never seen that as a thing. Bavaria is winning though, very heavily, despite Hungary getting absolutely battered. I don't know if it's to do with whatever the war goal is. Also, Holstein just died and Denmark came back at some point. I don't know what how you win that Protestant League war, to be honest. I probably should know, but I don't. It might be something war goal related, but I can't believe France are losing. Although I did just see their army get wiped up here. Maybe that's why. And England's now crossed as well. Aragon and Portugal, I don't even see any troops. So yeah, maybe Bavaria is mega strong. Russia just pieced out with them, I see, as they get the flag. I don't think Ukraine took anything. I believe Memel was the border. I don't know if maybe a couple of provinces here went, but I don't think so. So I think Ukraine just wanted peace and to be left alone. Yeah, Hungary is fully occupied nearly. In fact, they are. This is Poland. Is France keeping... Oh no, that's Aquileia. I thought France was keeping all this middle stuff. Minus... What is the actual war score? Oh, it just ended. Oh, perfect time. No, it didn't end. But they're still fighting. Oh no, it's still scrolling. It's minus 45 for the France team. They're a much bigger team. Bavaria must be very strong. Oh my goodness, is that Delhi? Wait, what? It can't be right. Delhi, you're not in. They are in this. What the heck? Well, that would certainly prop them up, but I don't think they're over here. Have you actually come over? I don't see them here. I do see Bavaria in Turkey, but I do not see Delhi. Oh, they do have a stack there. Maybe they are here. I don't see. Obviously, there's hundreds of flags here. I don't see any Delhi flags. I don't think they're contributing too much. Obviously, they make it much harder for France's side to win because you'd need to go to Delhi to get a long war score. But I certainly don't think they're contributing to why it's plus 45 in the other direction. But yeah, Bavaria is just dominating right now. Although that said, they are fully sieged. But I mean, they've got an 80 stack in Paris. They've just sacrificed their own land. Hungary did peace out by the look of it and did not. I think Bosnia's come back. They don't seem to have given away too much. I think this province is one of the things they gave away, but that didn't seem too bad considering that where they were a minute ago. But that might worsen the war score. I mean, it's about the same. But yeah, England, Denmark, Sweden, they're still winning, so that doesn't really help. Oh, there's France. Okay, they came back with Aragon as well, with a big stack. Just in time to save Paris. 106 stack there from Bavaria, though. We might see a huge battle here at some point. There's 100... They're all moving so quick. Never mind, they're not near each other anymore. Delhi is actually in Byzantium now. They have arrived. Fair enough, fair play to them. Bavaria gets pieced out, their team will lose, so they might want to go and unsiege some stuff. That is hectic, that war. That is definitely the biggest event so far in terms of a one-off war. What is this, Chagatai? What have you done? Why is your name just up here? Okay, well, fair enough. We'll leave them be. Who is it? The Jalairids got beaten down here. They seem to have split up even more. Hassa and Oman have grabbed some territory too. A couple of the one province miners here just disappeared. Bavaria is being unsieged, so that's great news as well. Avoiding that 100 war score if you're fully sieged out for 5 years. That's a good move, as I found out a few times in our multiplayer games. Bavaria just lost, yeah, they just lost a battle. Oh, and they're going to lose that one too. That's not what you want. It's still minus 46 though, so it's not going much better for Team France. I wonder if England does get any of this back. That would be interesting. Again, it's going to be hard because you'd need a separate peace deal to do that. Probably because, you know, 100 war score for everyone involved in this is a mess. Sweden's also got all of Denmark, you know. Not everyone's going to get what they want. Bavaria is still fully sieged out. The two Sicilies is now fully sieged out. Hungary already sort of gave up to rebuild, which might have been a smart move because obviously everyone else is still just destroying their manpower, whereas Hungary's will be recovering again. Russia and Ukraine in the same position. Both of them will be getting their manpower up. I guess the Mamluks is just kind of watching with a grin. They don't really have to do anything at the moment just to stay pretty powerful. There's no threats to them at the moment. They're just happy. But that will be it for this one. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. That we'll get the, I'm assuming, the peace for this huge one in the next episode. But yeah, Bavarian Western Europe looks even bigger than before. Maybe they're just still growing amongst all of this, separate piecing people, I don't know. But that is it for today. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.